Hi, welcome back. In this series, we've discussed the importance of universal laws, which by now you know describe the ways in which the universe is naturally working. When we're not compromised by any of our human programming and we sink into our divine oneness and connection with the universe or God or the source of all energy, ultimate consciousness, whatever you call this, these laws describe how the world around us is working by default, how it is naturally organized. And then when you learn, embody, and align your energy with these universal laws, you begin to easily work with the universe instead of against it. As I mentioned in a previous video, there is a reality available in this universe where your life is working at the highest level, where money is the easiest part of your life, where you've cracked the code on what you're uniquely designed to do and you get paid well to do it, where your relationships are harmonious, where your body looks and performs at its best. In this moment, I want you to breathe into the space inside of your body, the space in between the cells where pure consciousness moves through you. And start to try on the energy of how it will feel when you're living in a reality where the more you work with your natural gifts, talents, and desires, the more successful you become. Where the more you align with your true character and personality, the more attractive you become and the more peaceful your relationships get. Where as you align with your truest self, you have to use the least amount of force to get the outcomes you want. This reality is not just available in this universe, it is actually the way the universe is naturally set up to operate with you. This is the experience you came here to have, and when you align your energy with universal laws, with the ways in which consciousness is naturally operating, when you learn them, adapt your thoughts and beliefs to them, align your mood, emotions, and energetic state with them, and clear out the human programming and blocks that deactivate these laws in your life, you get to naturally have the experience you came to this planet to have. But this mini course has only allowed me to scratch the surface of what's possible when you align your energy with these laws. In the first 3 videos, I spoke briefly about the law of vibration, the law of trust, the law of abundance, the laws of economic force and divine compensation, and also a little bit about the law of one. And there's so much more to say about each of these laws and so many more laws that I want to teach you and help you to align with. And so today I'm here to extend an invitation to my 2024 group coaching program called Mastering Universal Laws. I've designed this 3-month online group coaching program in a way that allows you to not only learn the most important and helpful universal laws, but also to get a download of their energy and an opportunity to align your own energy with these laws right there in each lesson. And in many instances, clear your blocks. So what's included in this 3-month program? First up, the moment you register, you'll receive immediate access to the Universal Law School 1 video course, which was my first comprehensive course on universal laws. It contains 8 power-packed video lessons where you'll learn about 17 of the most important universal laws that you'll need to know in order to master reality creation for yourself. And you'll learn them in a way that helps you to embody them and start operating in harmony with them right on the spot. The content in my first Universal Law School course includes information about the law of attraction and repulsion, the law of vibration, the law of assumption, the law of trust, the law of attachment and detachment, the law of cause and effect, and the law of reversibility. These are the laws that will have you consciously creating your reality very effectively and a little more quickly than you may have in the past. There is also a lesson on the money laws from video number 2 in this series, the law of economic force and the law of divine compensation. The lesson inside of Universal Law School 1 goes into much more depth than I was able to go into here, and it'll give you a great sense of what the universe requires from you in order to be divinely compensated for being yourself. Universal Law School 1 will also teach you the law of instantaneous transmission, where you'll learn about your innate ability to psychically just know any information you need to know instantly. And the law of sound, where you'll learn to utilize your unique sound, your unique vibration to move people, to create things, and to have the impact you want to have in this world. You'll learn the law of magnetic infinities, which is a lesson that will help you to find out why you incarnated into this exact body with your exact family at an exact time and place. A lot of the students who have already taken this course have told me that this lesson on the law of magnetic infinities blew their minds, and I think it will have the same effect on you and everyone who listens to it. Universal Law School 1 also contains lessons on the law of soul evolution and the law of the Bodhisattva, which are the laws that govern whether you'll experience this lifetime living on the wheel of karma or whether you'll be able to hop off the karmic wheel and consciously create from your intention. There are things that you must do in this lifetime in order to stop creating your reality from karma and programming, and this lesson will show you exactly what needs to be done. It's one of the biggest wake-up calls you'll ever receive, and it's one of my personal favorite lessons in this series. Universal Law School 1 also has a lesson on the law of balance and the law of elimination, which is a law that tells us how anything that is not truly aligned with the highest and best of all will not be sustained. In addition, Universal Law School 1 comes with an hour-long lesson and energy clearing video on the law of abundance, so you can not just learn about, but align your energy right away with a reality where you know, feel, and experience that you have everything within you to become wealthy. As I said, this Universal Law School 1 series is available as a video course, so you can start on it right away. And you don't have to watch these videos in any particular order. You can listen to what you want, when you want. And you can be as active or passive as you'd like in watching them. Either way, you're going to be saturating yourself in the frequency of information. Sometimes you might feel like focusing and taking notes, and other times you might just want to have it on in the background. I personally like to listen to these lessons by the pool. I know some people like to listen on a walk or in the car. One of the reasons I created this Universal Law School 1 course was because I wanted you all to have recordings to listen to when you want to get in a good vibe, but you don't necessarily feel like meditating. This is what I personally needed for myself, and I listen to them all the time for this specific purpose, to remember on a soul level that this is how it's all working, so my body and my mind can let go of my old rules. And if you're a healer or coach yourself or a content creator on social media, you can start teaching these laws to your own clients and students and viewers right away. I've gotten feedback from a few coaches who have completed Universal Law School 1, and they tell me all the time how they teach these laws to their own students and how their clients are captivated and impacted by how effective these laws are. So this is the first course you get in the 3-month Mastering Universal Laws experience. You get access to the Universal Law School 1 video course, and you can start on it right away, or you can wait a little while before diving in. Take whatever pace you feel guided to take in watching them. And in addition to this recorded video course, I'm also excited to announce that I'm going to be hosting a live Universal Law School 2 series where I'll be teaching 6 additional universal laws. And while Universal Law School 1 covers a lot of the laws that help us hop off the wheel of karma and consciously create our own reality, Universal Law School 2 kind of zooms our awareness way out, and it's going to begin with a lesson on the law of one, where I hope to completely release you from your illusions that you're separate from God's source, the universe, ultimate consciousness. I hope to completely shatter every illusion of separation you have. Over the last 2 years, I have been in a deep study of oneness and non-duality, and in that study, I have combed through a text called The Raw Contact, which blew my awareness wide open. And I can't wait to relay what I have learned and practiced and worked with clients on and integrated from this text. In addition to the law of one, I will also be teaching you the much misunderstood law of free will. I hear people misinterpreting this law all the time. So if you're a coach or a healer, you're going to want to learn about the law of free will here so that you can get a firm and accurate grasp on it. And also so that you can release the distorted will of your ego and merge your desires with the divine so that your will can truly be free. I'll also be teaching the law of responsibility, which is a law that governs what we do with the lessons we learn here in this human body during our lifetime and determines whether we'll continue to gain more awareness and move up in vibration or whether we'll stay stuck and repeat the same patterns over and over. It's a lesson that I think everyone needs to understand, especially if you want to grow and evolve into the most expansive version of yourself and live the best possible life you can while you're here. So as you can tell, Universal Law School 2 is going to be very high dimensional, very zoomed out, and it'll give you much perspective on the big game that's being played and the big picture you're a part of. As I said, the study of these particular laws for me has been quite the task. Just like when I was in regular law school, the information was dense and challenging to understand, and I had to put in a lot of work to condense it into something of an outline and put it into layman's terms that were easily understandable, and then organize it for myself so I could understand it fully. And it gives me so much joy that I can pass what I've extracted on to you. I kid you not, when I was learning about the law of one and the law of free will and the law of responsibility, I had a very strong certainty within me that I had a role to play in getting this information out into the world. So I'm over the moon that I get to do it live in Universal Law School 2. In this course, we'll also be covering a few other laws, like the law of infinite supply, which is a really cool one. And I've saved the final week, week 6, for us to take some time and really integrate all the lessons and align our energy with the laws we've learned by clearing some blocks in a group clearing. And since I know you'll all be loving this class so much, everyone who enrolls in the Mastering Universal Laws program this week, you guys all get to keep the party going. After the live 6-week Universal Law School 2 class, I'll be hosting live meditations for 3 additional weeks. And these 3 live meditations will take you on a full body and mind experience of some of the laws so that you can integrate them into your cells and take this expanded energy and awareness out into the rest of your day and really experience the ease and flow of being aligned with the universe as more of your default mode. Moving forward, all of these meditations will be available as recordings, so they'll be a resource for you whenever you need them. Another bonus that comes with joining this program is that you'll receive 2 of my quick 10 to 15 minute Activating Universal Laws meditations, which are already recorded and already available in the course area. These are brief activations, and they get you aligned with several laws at a time when you only have a few minutes and you need a little energy tune-up or a hit of a high vibration, a quick reminder each day of the laws. And finally, the Mastering Universal Laws group coaching program will include enrollment in my very first Universal Law School deep dive course. So far, you've heard me describe Universal Law School 1 and 2, which are both courses where I teach a different law or 2 each week. But this spring, I'll be conducting my first ever deep dive class where I've chosen a specific law and we're going to devote all of our focus to that one law that I want everyone to master. And the topic I've chosen for the first Universal Law School deep dive course is the law of divine compensation. So in this 3-week, 6-lesson Zoom course, you're going to align your energy with the way the universe is naturally operating around compensation. And even though the Universal Law School 1 course already has a lesson devoted to this topic, our 3-week deep dive will allow you to learn or revisit this law and take it to the next level by discovering what contributions need to come through you, either now or at some point. By identifying where you're withholding your gifts from the universe, causing the universe to withhold compensation from you. We'll be digging into the programming you've taken on during this lifetime that has made you shut down your gifts, suppress your desires, and doubt your talents. And we'll be clearing out the energies that are leading you to do work you don't like or settle for making less money than you need. And all of this will allow you to activate your openness to compensation from the universe in all forms, not just money. So whether you're calling in more love, more money, more purpose, more connection, all of this compensation from the universe starts to flow when you align with this law. When you align your energy with the law of divine compensation, the universe starts to naturally direct you toward everything that will get you to where you're going. And you'll open yourself up to a reality where everything in your life starts to feel like it's on purpose. Your friendships, your partnership, your family relationships, your activities, your work, money, all of it starts aligning with your true desires. When you align with the law of divine compensation, your work doesn't feel like work. No matter what season of business you're in, it all feels fun and energizing instead of depleting. When this law is activated and you're in that perfect zone of passion and purpose, it feels like the song that has been inside of you your whole life is finally being sung. The gifts inside of you are finally doing what they came here to do. You sleep better at night because you're making the contribution you came here to make. You get to wake up every morning excited to do what you're doing and to go to bed every night excited to wake up and do it all again the next day. And people are more drawn to you because you are you. So you get to experience a deep sense of belonging and being seen. So if you were to look at everything included in this 3-month experience, the overall value of this experience is around $2,500. So if you were to purchase everything separately, the Universal Law School 1 class, the live Universal Law School 2 class, the 3-week meditation series, the Law of Divine Compensation deep dive, and the 2 bonus meditations, if you were to enroll in all of this separately, this is about how much you would pay. And as someone who has done a lot of personal growth programs and trainings over the last 2 decades, $2,500 for all of these courses and meditations is a really good deal, especially since you have lifetime access to them and you can't find anything else out there with the same information and these processes that you're going to get from this 3-month Mastering Universal Laws experience. And to my knowledge, there are no other courses out there where you can get all of this comprehensive information and energy alignment in one place. I have personally spent tens of thousands of dollars on mentors and classes where I learned some of this information, and I've probably spent 100 hours with a highlighter pouring through books and dense spiritual texts in order to gather the rest of the information and determine what was usable. And then I spent many more hours translating it all into modern language and making it understandable and making it interesting so that you can use it and apply it in your life. And for coaches, use it with your clients. So this is the program to do to save yourself tons of time and money and get everything you need. There are tons of great programs on the internet from many amazing and qualified coaches who have mastered the law of attraction, but those programs begin and end with just that one law. And they don't even cover the law's counterpart, the law of repulsion, which is also very important to know and is covered in Universal Law School 1. I've seen a few divine compensation courses out there, but they don't involve energy clearing, which in my opinion is the most important part of aligning with the law of divine compensation. There are a lot of books available, and I've read a lot of them, but none of these books help you to align your energy with these laws and to make this energy your default setting. And quite frankly, these books are sometimes very dated and hard to understand, and they require really sharp and intense attention and focus, which most people I know don't really have time for. So I myself took on the task, but I've created this program so you don't have to. I personally didn't learn the ins and outs of most of these universal laws until I took the course that I spoke about in a previous video in 2016. And this was a $4,000 course, which was well worth it because I was able to create over $1 million in my business because of the information. And I got to set up a life where I get to do things that are aligned with who I truly am. But sadly, that course no longer exists because the creators have gone off the grid and they've taken all their work down. So while the value of Mastering Universal Laws is around $2,500, and other programs like this will cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 without even a fraction of the material or any of the energy alignment, I am currently offering all of these experiences packaged together at a much lower price, which you can view below. And this includes everything I mentioned: the Universal Law School 1 class, which is valued at $700 and is available as a video course right away so you can get started. It includes the Universal Law 2 class, which is also valued at $700. It includes the 3 weeks of meditations to get your energy further aligned with some of the big universal laws. And again, this isn't even available outside of this package. This experience also includes our first Universal Law School deep dive course, Mastering the Law of Divine Compensation, which is valued at $700 on its own. And finally, this offer includes the 2 bonus meditations, Activating Universal Laws 1 and 2, which allow you to access a quick energy upgrade and alignment with most of the universal laws in just 10 to 15 minutes each. So again, that's a value of $2,500 that you're getting for a temporary special price that you can view below. And you can review all of the details of what's included and click the link to register just below on this page. So I hope this 4-part video series has given you clarity on what universal laws are, why they're important, and whether or not this is something your soul has directed you toward doing. If you're feeling the nudge to join us, I hope you'll do so. I personally believe the price I'm offering this at is an absolute steal for this kind of information. When you think about all the money you'd spend on other courses and the money you'd spend on energy healing sessions to help you clear the blocks that we're going to clear together, and the time it would take to pour through all of the various books and resources where you'd have to go for this information, it's amazing what you're getting in this program for this price. The fact that you can get it all right here in one place, made really clear for you, where we have very high-level concepts made really simple to understand, and where you can also saturate yourself in a high frequency while you learn this information, because being in a high frequency when you learn helps you to absorb and remember what you're learning, and it helps you to align with the energy of the information instantly. I truly believe I've created the best place on the internet for aligning with universal laws, and I hope you'll join me for this 3-month experience, as I know it will give you everything you need to begin working with these laws and changing your life completely. So again, thank you so much for watching this video series, and I hope to see you for Mastering Universal Laws.